content.
Welcome back.
Yes. All right. Welcome back. It's Halloween.
It's Halloween. And we have like the most Halloween person I know and the most Friday the 13th person I know. Are one of them.
Love the franchise. Love it.
We have James Stokes here. And
thank you, guys.
James, I would say you're best known for your role as Jason Voorhees.
Yes, probably Jason Voorhees. Yeah, I had a small stint on Stranger Things as well, but Jason Voorhees is the character that I really love bringing to life, following the footsteps of Kane Hodder and C.J. Graham and all of them. Those guys are absolutely incredible, and just to get to play the part and to be a part of that character is just phenomenal to me. So, I mean, I grew up watching them. I grew up watching all the Friday the 13th and the Halloweens and all that stuff. But just to get to play an iconic character like that, oh my goodness, it was life changing for me. Yes.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. So, James and I have worked on set together before.
Sure have. Absolutely fell in love with you. Yeah.
We had a blast. I mean,
yes.
Well, you were picking blood and brain matter out of your hair, but
yes, I was.
I mean, everyone does that on set, right? I mean, shit happens.
If you're not doing that on set, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
100%. If you don't have blood and guts on you, then you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Thing was, it was real brains too. I mean,
it was pig brain. Oh,
I don't know if we should tell that story or not, but there it is.
There it is.
The cat's out of the bag. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was worried about that. It's like, yeah.
It actually turned out really well. I was very pleased with it. Yeah.
Like I took some photos on set that day, and it looks real.
Yeah, but he actually David he sent me. Yeah, he sent me that scene. And where he had edited it and all that, and it looked. I'm telling you, people are going to be like very.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be good. Yes,
from behind the camera, it looked amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
well, you wait till you see it. So he did a really good job with it.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And that's all we'll say about it. But it's a good job.
we could talk about David all day long. You know.
Oh my goodness, he's amazing. I love it. I love that guy.
He was the light, the bright shining light on that project.
100%. Yes.
All right. So let's jump into your career real quick here.
Career. Ooh, it's man, right now it is booming. I literally have not had a break in the last, I guess, 5 weeks. I have literally been somewhere every weekend from the end of September till now. And I still have some events that I've got to put on as signings for Jason Voorhees and stuff, and it's absolutely phenomenal. People, I was in Calhoun, Georgia. I had over 300 people in line to see me.
Nice,
and it was incredible. It was so humbling, and it fills my heart. Getting to meet all these people, the kids, the men and women, the families that come and that know who I am and that has watched the movie and loved the movie and just buying my product and buying my pictures and stuff. It's so humbling to me. And I'm so glad that I portrayed the character in a way that they felt like that it kept the character alive.
Sweet. Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, Craig and I can tell you, after interviewing, how many Jason actors have we interviewed now?
Oh gosh,
it's like
I'm losing track here.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 now. I mean, they're all humble.
Every one of them. I love them. I love Kane, CJ, all of them.
Yeah, I mean, CJ was busting her balls quite a bit until the
See,
interview
there,
was over, and then he's like had a heart to heart, heartfelt moment with us and everything. It's like this is
see,
why I do it. This is why.
CJ Graham is a wonderful man, and
Oh,
so
he
is
is.
Kane Hodder, and all the rest. Derek Mears, I've met him. I've met all of
Yeah,
them, or for the most part, all of them, and it was just great. Yeah.
yeah, sweet. All right, so let's get off Jason for a while and
Okay.
get on
Let's get
to
on.
who is James Stokes.
Who is James Stokes? Well, I'm an old country boy, is what I am. I'm 53 years old. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Actually, I'm a Kentucky boy, so I'm a transplant to Tennessee. I've been in Tennessee about 18 years. So I've been doing movies for about 14 of those years. So it's been absolutely phenomenal career. I've loved every minute of it, and I'm going to continue to love it because I've got other things that are in the works right now, and some of them I can't talk about, some of them I can, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I've got another horror film coming out in January called Forest Through the Trees. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Just looking at some of the editing that's already been done, I am a producer on that film as well. It's absolutely phenomenal. The CGI work, all the special effects, all the makeup, and all that stuff, and it's coming together really well. So people be on the lookout for that.
Now, does that have a theatrical release, or is that going to be streaming?
We It very well could be right now. If it's not in a theater, yes, it definitely will go streaming. So it's going to be on one of the, I don't know what platform yet. We are pitching some things right now, but yes, that definitely will be one of the two. It's either going to have a short stint in theaters and then go streaming, or it's going to go straight to streaming. So
Okay,
yeah, it's
awesome.
definitely going to have
Awesome.
some things.
I love it. I love it.
Got a lot of people looking at that film.
I love it when my friends, are working and doing
I
stuff
appreciate that.
and getting themselves
Yes.
out there.
So.
So, yeah.
But other than that, I'm a full-time equestrian. I ride horses all the time. I'm on the farm all the time with the horses. Love doing that. That is just a passion of mine. I rode IPRA, International Pro Rodeo Association, for 5 years. So I've done the bareback and the bulls and all that stuff. But I've always been around ever since I was a kid. I mean, my dad, we lived on a farm. We had cattle and horses and pigs and sheep and chickens and goats and everything else. So, I mean, I grew up around it, and it's just the lifestyle that I've continued to live.
Yeah, I think you told me one of your first roles in a film was as a stuntman in
It
Pure
was,
Country, right?
yep.
Yeah,
I did some dancing and some other things on that show. So yeah, it was great. Yep.
sweet. It's a good movie too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a new Jason movie right there. We put Jason on a horse, horseback Jason.
There we go.
Everybody
do it.
loved that
Yeah,
part.
I mean, you got a damn headless horseman on a horse. So yeah, you put Jason on a horse.
That's right.
Hell,
Yes,
he can't even see.
yeah, you can do that. We can do that. Yeah, let's do that.
James, what got you into acting originally?
Dude, I kind of fell into it. I was on, I was doing the EMT paramedic thing, and for 16 years, and well, before that, I mean, I was doing it while I was acting. But a friend of mine in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, of all places, there's a place there called Copper Canyon Ranch, and it's made up as an 1800s old western town for movies and for movie music videos and all that stuff. Well, a friend, he was doing some a little western there, and he was looking for extras and just people that could, ride horse and just do that. And so I went out there and I did that. While I was there, I met this other guy named Danny Ramsey from Nashville here, and he was doing a show called Soldier's Joy, which was one of my first features ever. It was a no budget, just we was just having fun on weekends and coming out there to Copper Canyon and shooting it. Well, while I was on set of that, I met his agent, which was an agent here in Nashville, which is still my agent, as one of my agents as of today. She's great. She's absolutely phenomenal. I love her to death, Misty Pyburn. And so she told me to get some headshots to her and stuff like that. So I did that, and she started putting me in for things. I got some commercials, and man, I mean, just things just started, clicking, and it was just like, man, I think I might be able to do this. This is fun. Because I didn't, I wasn't looking at it serious. And I remember asking her one time. I said, or she asked me. She said, "What do you want to do with this?" And I said, "I don't know. This is for fun." I said, "I don't think I'll ever make it big." She goes, "Why not?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm starting late in life and all that." She goes, "James, it takes one." She said, "It takes one person to see you, one audition, and you can make it big." And I said, "Well, and if that happens, then I'm going to go with the flow." Well, and then she called me one day and she said, the casting director for Stranger Things asked what my availability was. And I told her, I said, I'm free whenever you need me. So I got on the set of that, and it just, it changed my aspect. It changed everything about what I was doing. Just to be on a set that big, that many gears working together, I guess, and seeing it put something in me that I wanted to start producing, and I wanted to start doing both sides of the camera a little bit to learn, not so much as to double dip, but it's to learn more about the acting, to learn more about the whole industry as a whole. So once I started doing that, that was just great. And then I talked to Jason Pitts, and he said, "I want you as my next Jason," and it just turned into it was like a snowball effect, and literally, and they fitted me for the suit, and we went and did a trial run out in Arkansas on a weekend getaway kind of thing, and we put the whole suit on me and got out there in the woods and did some things just to see how the suit would hold up and all that. And you talking about a well-made Hollywood type suit, I've got it. And now I take it to all these conventions, and show people the mask, and they just absolutely love it. And just I take pictures with people all the time with the mask, and
Yeah.
it's just a great feeling, getting to play this character.
And you bring the suit to film shoots that you're on too.
I normally do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, yeah, because
You never know when you might need it.
Right, yeah, and I mean, you were putting it on, taking photos with cast and crew too.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what? It's not about the money anymore. It's about making people happy.
Yes.
This world is so upside down and so messed up. It's just anytime that you can make somebody smile just for a moment, it's well worth it to me.
Yes, absolutely.
It is. It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. Just so our viewers and or listeners know, we've been talking about James playing Jason. In case they didn't know I don't think we mentioned the actual title of either of the two Jason films that he's done.
Yes.
So the first was Voorhees, Night of the Beast.
Beast, and then Night After the Beast, and then I did a thing up in Cleveland, Ohio called Slasherverse. Slasherverse is a thing with Jason, Michael, Freddy, Ghostface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, all of them wrapped into one, and literally they go from one to the next. It's the way Conrad, that's the director and writer, the way he did that. It was so phenomenal because it starts out with one group of kids, and it just literally you lose one or two here or there, and it just goes right into the next story. She'll get in the car, and it'll be, I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hadn't seen it, because it's really you can go to YouTube and watch that. It's called Slasherverse, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Yes.
Watch it, everyone.
Yes.
Please do. Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I know you mentioned Stranger Things. That sounds like that was like the first really, really big production you were on.
It really was. I'd been on some independent sets that were, decent, really good. Small budgets. And when I say small budgets, anywhere between $25 to $50,000. And I'd been on some of those, and they were good. I haven't been on a set that wasn't like terrible, since I've been doing this. For the most part, I have worked with a couple of people that were not so. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say anything too bad, and I'll definitely never name names. But at the same time, it's just, you're going to work with some good people, some bad people, some great people, some not so great people.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is, and that's in every job. I don't care what you're doing, whether you're in a
Yeah.
factory or you're a police officer or whatever else. You're going to have your good and your bad apples. But yeah, Stranger Thing was probably my biggest, and like I said, that's the one that got me like, wow, just watching how everything flows. And you talking about somebody that's got it down. Those people
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's by the book, and it's like it's phenomenal to watch it and to watch the director and the producers and everything work as one team. And it's like, and then everything flows. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone has their job, and they do it very
And they do
efficiently.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they don't back talk, and they don't try to, there's
Right.
not too many chiefs, and there's more Indians than there are chiefs. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
I've been on sets where there's too many too many cooks in the kitchen, and
Sure.
yeah,
Hmm.
and a film doesn't
And
work that
no, and when that happens, you're going to have a disaster at some
way.
point. I mean, you
Yeah.
really are. You're going to hit a threshold that just everybody can't, get over, and
Right.
it's going to be bad. Yes.
Yeah. So, a lot of our viewers and listeners, um, you know, don't have experience on a professional film set. So,
Right.
you know, they don't know. They don't know what it's
Hmm.
like. They don't know how
Yep.
one 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 broken cog in that wheel, and
Hmm.
I mean,
It's just like actors, when you get on the set with a 4 or 5 different lead actors, and you see one that's like barking orders, and it's like, stay in your lane, dude. That's not, you're an actor. That's what you are.
yeah,
Stay in your lane, and unless they ask you for your opinion, I wouldn't be doing that too much, because some directors and stuff don't like that.
yeah,
They
yeah,
want to.
yeah,
And I'm the kind of actor that I like to be directed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, if I will bring a character to life the way I see it. But once I get on set, if that director, it's just like Randy, if he sees something different that he likes or that he would like to see, well, I'm not gonna throw back at him. I'm gonna say, okay, let's try it that way. Let's do it,
yes,
and I'm
yeah,
gonna do it. That's the way you do it, because I'm trying to bring forth a vision of what these guys created. This is not my creation. They're asking me to do a job for them to bring this character to life that they see, that they wrote out on paper, and they entrust in me to bring that character to life. Well, if they see something different in that character right at that moment, and they want me to try something else, by all means, let's do it. I want to make myself look good, because they're seeing it in a different perspective than I am. They're seeing it from the viewer's perspective. If they see something, oh, this I think will be a whole lot better than than what I wrote, then
right,
it's like, by all means, let's change it up.
yeah,
Let's do it.
and
Make me look like a star.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine, Tim Waldrop, who L.A. actor who's done soap operas, and I mean, yeah, the guy's an incredible actor and
Yeah.
really good friend of mine. He told me once a director told him, uh, "Your job is to make me look good. My job is to make you look good."
100%.
And yeah, and that is stuck with
Literally,
me. And
that's an open and closed book right there. It's
yeah,
literally, that's it right there. You
yeah,
know, th- there's nothing wrong with someone suggesting something,
right,
but when you start putting your 2 cents worth in when you don't need to, it's just like actors don't need to be in like production meetings and stuff like that.
right,
That just
right,
don't need to
right.
happen unless they're a producer on the film. That just don't need to happen.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well, so the production that we worked on, I was assistant director that would move over into the director's chair when the director was acting, and
Yes.
unless he and I were in the same scene together, then I don't remember who was directing that. Oh, David. David was.
David, yeah, I didn't say David probably took over from
Yeah,
there.
and
That
early on, the first day that I stepped into the director's chair, I pulled everyone in and I said, hey, I have these set of rules that I would like everyone to follow. It's just not me being arrogant or anything, but it's just if we don't follow this, it's going to fall apart. And that's
Mhm.
no one talks to my actors, no one tells me how to direct, and no alcohol on my set. You know, and
There you
those are
go.
the three things that can ruin a film.
100%. And
Yeah,
that's the reason when I got on set, I literally thought you were the only director. I didn't even, when I wasn't told that there was a dual director. I wasn't told that you was assistant director. I was told that you was a director. And so that I fell right into that role of
yeah,
listening to you and everything that you said. And it was like, and there was some mishaps, but this is the thing that I love about this business. Getting to go to these sets and meeting people like you, it just, I think the way I look at it, when I met you, I mean, I literally fell in love with you. I mean, I did. I fell in love with the way you directed. I fell in love with the way that did you handle the set, how you did it, how you when we got in front of the cameras, how you directed us to do what we needed to do. I love that. That's the whole thing. That's the reason. I will work with you anytime, anywhere that you want me to work with you. That's the reason. Yes, absolutely. So I didn't know about anybody else, and when I found out that was, I, it just kind of floored me a little bit, and it's just like, okay, yeah, he needs to step away. He needs to be the lead actor. Leave this man doing his job because he's doing it good, and let's get this thing done,
yeah.
and make a good film. So, but the connections that I make at these film sets has been absolutely wonderful, and it's just and like me and you stayed in contact
Yep.
from the day I left that set. Me and you
Oh
stayed in
yeah,
contact,
yeah.
and that's
I think you even sent me a message that made it home safe.
I did.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yep. Sure
yeah,
did. Yep.
yeah,
Then because that's how much, respect and all that stuff that I have for you.
yeah.
And it's just, yeah, I loved it. And I can't wait to work with you again. I mean, it's
Oh
just
yeah, and
it's going to be phenomenal.
yeah,
James, I want to go back to something that you said earlier on,
Yeah.
because you mentioned you got started. You're talking to your manager, your agent there, and you got started later in life, and what was going to happen if it was going to, if you're going to make it big, anything like that. But I think it's really cool if anybody was to take a look at your career, or just something as simple as going out to your IMDb page. There's a lot of people in the age group of starting out at 35 to 40 years old and older, that you kind of get stuck in that rut where you feel like life's half over, and there's no more there's no new roads to travel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think
I
it's
do know
really
what you mean.
important to pay attention to something like yourself. It's a testament to show, your first thing was what, 2010 or something like that.
Something like
Forgive
that.
me,
Yeah.
forgive me if I'm wrong, but somewhere around that area.
Mm-hmm.
And you got that late start, but here you are, loving what you do, loving your
Love
job,
it.
having the time of your life doing all that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's something that really important for our viewers and listeners to understand. And
Well,
something that
and I
we're
want,
staring down the barrel of now, trying to work on Sanguine Nexus. You just got to remember that there is still things to do out there. You can still go achieve things you wanted to do and do all
yeah,
that stuff.
100. And this is the thing, you can limit yourself, or you can put yourself on some kind of pedestal to achieve a goal that you want to achieve, and you may not make it. That doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you failed at all. And
right.
this is the thing: if you don't try, if you're not failing, you're not trying. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Exactly.
And that's exactly, if you're not failing, you're not trying. Because this is the thing, and this is what I realized several years back. I may not ever make it in that big movie that's going to make $500 million or whatever else. That does not mean that I failed in being an actor. You
Right.
know, I hustle. I do. I hustle. I hustle, and what I mean by hustling, and this is to all actors out there that is starting right now, or even whatever. You can't give up on a dream just because the dream slips away from you from here and there every now and then. Because the dream it's going to slip away from you here and there. You're going to get told no way more than you get told yes.
Oh
You're
yeah.
not going to hear about things. You're going to kill an audition that you think you did absolutely on and never ever hear back from those people. That's just going to happen. That's this kind of business. You're competing against a lot of different people, but you can't never give up on your dream. You give up on your dream, that's when you start to die. That's what I feel like. I am 53 years old, and I'm in probably the best shape, best part of my life is coming up right now. And I am trying harder now, and I am doing things to benefit myself in the future. I go out and I do benefit things for kids. I go to schools and I talk and I use my mask to do it. I know it sounds crazy, but when you walk out on a stage and you got that mask on and you're not in a suit and you don't look like a teacher, you don't look like a principal, they shut up and listen to you. It's the message that you got to give those kids is what's important. Not about the mask. It ain't about nothing else. It's about the message that you give these kids. And that's what I love to do. And I'm using my platform now to do it. God gave me this platform, so
Yes.
I'm going to use it to the best of my ability to make somebody else's life better. And as long as I can do that, it's just like my pictures and stuff. Kids will come up. Oh man, I ain't got $20. I ain't got $40 to sign a picture. You know what? You don't need it. Here you go. And I give it to them. It ain't about the money. It's about making that kid smile. That kid will remember that for the rest of his life.
Oh yes.
You
Uh-huh.
know, it's so forget all that crap, man. I'm not doing that. You know, when I'm sitting at a con and I have a lady pushing a kid up in a wheelchair and they say that this is his make a wish was to meet you.
Wow.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude. That hits hard, harder than anything. It, and it pisses me off sometimes to go to these conventions and see some of these actors charging what they do because it's just like some of these people can't afford this crap. They just can't, but they want to meet you. So sometimes just it just hits hard, man. And these kids, I love them. They love me. I love the parents for bringing, and I always thank the parents. Thank you for bringing them out, letting them see that I'm not a monster, letting you see that it's just this, it's horror, it's fun, it's good. I'm sorry, but I think horror is good for the soul. I do. I think everybody needs to be scared. I think it
Yes.
just gives you life, man. It gives you
Yeah.
life because after it's over, you laugh, you smile, oh,
Yeah.
it's just not real. It's not fake, and that's what makes people happy. That's what I want to do. I want to continue to do these horror films, and if that's all I ever do from here on out is horror films, I am happy with that. If I get cast as a cop in every movie that I'm in, I am happy with that. I don't care. I'm going to bring that cop to life better than anybody, or at least in my mind, I'm going to bring it to life better than anybody has ever done it before in my life because I give 110% when I'm on set. I am
Yeah.
very professional. I know my lines. I'm where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be, and I listen and I keep my damn mouth shut when it don't need to be open.
And you take directions so well.
Well, thank you. Well, that's what I love about it, and that's what I love to do. And it's just, but yeah, the kids and people in general, making them have a smile on their face when they walk away from me is my biggest reward in this whole entire business.
Yes. Mm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome because horror is important. It sounds silly to say, like you said, but yeah, I think
No,
it's
it's
incredibly important.
very important. It's
And I think
incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to a wide range of ages, a wide range of ages as well, because I mean, yeah, there's some things probably a younger generation should maybe see right away, but that's only a very small part, and
Yes,
there's so much to enjoy. That's why the horror genre is so very important, and that's why it's so family oriented. Because yes, it's blood and guts and scares and all that stuff. But you talk to anybody who is invested in the horror genre, whether they're part of, whether on their one side of the camera or the other, and they're going to treat you like a human being. They're going to show you love
absolutely.
and
Mm-hmm.
respect, and
Mm-hmm.
And you don't find that in every single genre out there. And
Absolutely not.
really
And I'm learning that as the years go by, and it's been 2 years now since Voorhees Night of the Beast come out. It's crazy. It's to even think about, but it's been that long, and to still go down to Georgia and have 300 people waiting in line to see me, to
Yeah.
see the guy that played that character. Humbling as a dude. It's just, I don't know how many times I cried that day. I'm a very emotional actor. I'm a very
Yeah.
emotional character when it comes to talking. When I start talking about kids and stuff like that, I do get very emotional. But it's because of my passion. It's
Yes.
not because,
Absolutely.
it's just, I love it that much. I'm so passionate about it. And I will continue always to be that way. And anybody that knows me personally knows what kind of guy I am.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, like you said, I'll walk on a set, on a project, and I'll walk away with, you know, two or three of my best friends. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, there was you and Nia and Irina and Sarah, who I knew before this. They brought me
Hmm.
onto this. I'm still working with them now.
Yes. Hmm.
So and I have two projects planned with you, and Nia Dune. Everyone is going to be in one of those projects with you.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
it's going to be like a little reunion
It
of
is, and I can't wait to see them again. They
it's going
were
to be
absolutely phenomenal to work with and to be around.
it's going to be a
Yes.
blast. It's going to be fun. So it's we've become family. We're like
Mhm.
brothers. And
Yes.
so and Craig's going to realize what this is like, after doing our first feature together. And yeah, so I know that I know you're an honest soul. I know that, and that's why we bonded, so well.
We
You know,
absolutely did. Yes.
and
I
what
literally walked off that set knowing that you were one of my closest friends in this business. Yes.
I appreciate that, because I feel the
Mhm.
same way about you, brother. So,
Yes.
um, so do we want to talk about horror movies now?
I suppose we
Let,
can. Tis the
let's
Let's
season.
talk about
Tis
horror
the
movies.
actual day for it. So
okay.
yeah, I guess we
So
probably could.
Um, I want to ask you real quick, James.
Hmm.
Since you've really been busy this year,
Hmm.
have you seen a lot of the new horror movies out in
I have
2024?
I have not, and David's going to kick me for not seeing Terrifier 3 yet, but I haven't seen. I've seen Terrifier and Terrifier 2, and we've been to several cons together. But
Mm-hmm.
he might kick me if I tell him. But
Um,
I haven't seen Terrifier 3 yet. So.
yeah, in our interview with David
Mhm.
Howard Thornton, one of the things I asked him, this was before I saw Terrifier 3. I said, "Okay, give us the whole plot synopsis of Terrifier 3. Go." And he's like, "A whole lot of people die." So, well,
A
yes,
whole lot of people die.
yeah,
He
yeah,
can literally say that about every film he's been in. He is like,
yes, yes, really.
to see that man and to hang out at a bar with him,
Oh yeah,
it's like, and no offense, David, but it's like, how is this man playing this clown that kills all these people? But when he gets into character,
yeah,
he is phenomenal, and I
he
love
is,
David. He is
is.
a great guy just to hang out
Yes,
with and to
yes.
talk to.
Oh God, yes.
And yes, we had a lot of conversations at a bar one night, and it's just he's just a great guy, man. And that's the way with all these horror guys. It's and the horror people in general. It's just they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal
Oh yes,
people.
yes, for
And
sure.
it's like they're not terrible people like these people are saying. Oh, y'all the devil and all this. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you can look at us that way, but we're really actually pretty nice people.
So I'm calling this right now. Okay, it's here's my prediction for Terrifier 4. Art is going to wander into a horror con, and there's going to be all kinds of Art the Clowns around. That's going to happen in that movie. I bet you anything, because I
That
said
would
it.
be phenomenal. Well,
that would be a girl. Everybody's wandering around and he's killing somebody in front of
he's
everyone, and everyone's like laughing, like, "Oh, this is
yeah. They
cool."
think, oh my god, this is cool. It's the best special
Uh,
effects I've ever seen in my life.
yeah. So,
Yeah, it's
um,
awesome.
yeah, he's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Halloween and the movies that you love to watch on this day.
Well, and you just mentioned that one of the probably the top one is Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis has always been, uh, I mean, a icon in horror that
Mm-hmm.
I grew up watching. I would love to meet this woman sometime.
Oh yeah,
I mean, good Lord, she won an Academy Award for her first horror film ever. So that's phenomenal.
yes,
It's great. And it's great to see the genre actually given some light at the Academy, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a horror film. Yeah, it's some of them are lower budgets than the $35 million films that y'all put out, but it doesn't mean people don't love them just as much,
that's right.
probably even more. So,
And
but I used to grow up watching, of course, Halloween, um, Jason, all the Friday the
oh yeah,
13th,
yeah.
of course, growing up around that. And now, as I got older, these the paranormal movies that are coming
Mm-hmm.
out,
Yeah.
they freak me out probably more so than the
Oh yes.
Jason and the Michael. I mean, because that stuff's real. I mean,
Yeah.
I have been around some things. I've been on ghost hunts and stuff, and stuff really happens, people.
I think we all
And
feel that.
Oh yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
it's like that stuff's scary now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Well, I mean, Paranormal Activity when that came out, I saw that and it freaked me out.
oh yeah, yeah.
And
It's freaked us out all out, I'd say.
yeah, and I couldn't believe it because everyone's like, "Oh, it's not scary. It's stupid. It's this, it's that. It's da da
I don't know
da."
what movie they saw.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
to me either, because
'Cause
that was scary.
yeah,
It was.
I'm a real harsh critic on haunting stuff. Not that I like it any less than any of the other stuff. It's just for whatever reason it's really hard for me to find it creepy in certain aspects.
Yeah,
So when one creeps me out, I'm like, okay, this has got to be scaring the shit out of other people because
yeah.
I'm
That's just like Smile. Have y'all seen Smile?
Oh
yeah,
The
yeah.
first one,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
dude. That man, somebody walk up to smack me.
Yeah.
That scared me to death. Don't be walking up to me just smiling like that. That don't. You better say something.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll weird you out, man. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
And
it's just
here's the
weird.
thing. I haven't seen Smile 2 yet. We haven't seen it yet. But
I
I
haven't
hear
either.
people that have seen it that I know tell me it's the best horror film of the year.
yeah.
Really?
People are raving
Yeah.
about it so
That's
far.
amazing.
Yeah. So it's like,
Raving
oh
about
my
the
gosh.
movie, they're raving about the actress.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the actress
A
is
perfect
hot.
screen queen, which
Mhm.
this year has been insane for
Yes, it has.
female-led. I mean, not only has
Yeah.
it been a great year for horror,
Yeah.
but it's been a great year for female-led horror. It's
Yes.
like we've
Sure.
fallen back into that screen queen era, and not only that, we're doing it like on the big screen again, which
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
like something that horror has been missing out on, and it's
Yeah.
wonderful for things like Terrifier 3. We've got this movie that I think they made, 2 million is what Terrifier 3 was made for, and it just hit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it.
Like in
Well,
the
it was
first
number
week.
one. It was number one in the box office for
Yeah.
the first week. I mean,
Yeah. It beat out the other clown.
yeah, it
movie.
hit like
it
40
sure
million.
it sure did.
It hit like 40 million worldwide or something, if not
Yeah,
more. I read it's just insane. But I think people are maybe underestimating how big of a deal that is for the genre
Right.
in years to come because the world hasn't seen a film like that do that in a long time. It's been a while
Yeah.
since we saw that, and I
And-
think that's going to open so many doors for people that
Sure.
work in the industry in that
Yeah.
genre because people are going to start realizing that, just like you said just a few minutes ago, James, because people love horror and sometimes more than whatever other film is. Whether it's
Absolutely.
Another
People
superhero
seem
movie.
to wait for the next horror film to come out.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. And you
And
know,
it doesn't have to be on the big screen. It could be just streaming. I mean, it
oh
could
yeah,
be on HBO or Netflix or whatever. People love these horror films,
Oh yeah.
oh
and
yeah,
I love the genre myself. It's just that's the reason I wanted to be in it so much. You know, that's the reason probably half my movies on my IMDb page are horror films.
yeah,
I love it. You know, I mean, yeah, it helps to be a big guy and be a monster or be a killer or cop or whatever else. You know, but it's just. I don't know. I work on you know, and that's another thing, you know, being an actor, you got to work on yourself as much as you do your craft. I mean, because if you don't stay in shape and stay in I don't know, good fit, you know, you can't do all these running scenes and do all these, you know, the horseback
right,
riding scenes and stuff like that. You know, learn things. That's what I did. You know, I'm 53, but I've learned so much. I can ride a horse. I can drive a dump truck. I can drive a semi truck. I can drive any kind of excavator. You know, I've learned to do all this stuff, and it's helped me. You know, I learned to be a professional dancer. I professional danced for 5 years. You know, I sang and danced on a Country Music USA show. You know, so it's just I've literally done so many different things in my 53-year career, not to become this great actor because that's not what I was going to do. I did it because I enjoyed learning new things.
right,
And it just so happens that these things that I've learned and have become pretty good at, they have helped me in my doing all my movies and stuff.
right.
I've done commercials. I was doing a commercial for Hiller Plumbing, and we was moving he had an excavator out there. He goes, well, we're going to have to get one of our real guys. I said, you know, I know how to ride. He said, you know how to drive that thing? I said, yeah. I said, I know. That's how I'm driving. And so instead of getting having to wait on getting a real plumber, and he just let me do it. And I moved this thing all the way around. I drove it up and down, do all kinds of stuff. So it just helps you out, you know. And it's just when
Right.
people find out that you can do things, it's
Yeah,
like, wow, you know. I can drive
yeah.
a stagecoach. How many people can drive a stagecoach? I can drive a 4 and a 6 horse stagecoach.
Oh wow.
I've learned how to do that. Not to be in a movie. It's just I learned it because I love my love for the old Wild West and me and my dad sitting up watching Gunsmoke and watching the
Yes.
Rifleman and all that stuff all those years. You know, who doesn't want to be a cowboy? You know, who doesn't want to play a cowboy in a movie? You know,
Yeah.
I'm dying to play. I'm dying to play another cowboy in a movie because I
Well,
can ride horses and do all that
and
stuff.
that's the other thing. I think there's one in your future. I I can almost guarantee that. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
but no, what you're saying goes back to something that Tom Savini said years ago. I think in the '90s. The more you do, the more you get to do.
That's exactly right. The more
Yeah,
you do, the more you get to do. That's right.
yeah. And
Oh,
that's
one good thing. What I do want to mention this too. About I guess it was about a month ago. I was in Kentucky, Frankfort, Kentucky, and I was at a con up there with Tom McLaughlin, which is the director for Friday the 13th Part Six. We was up there, and a guy brought in the original canoe from the first Friday the 13th.
That's the same guy that we
okay.
saw at Nightmare
Okay.
Weekend. I
And
think.
that's the
Funny,
same guy you saw at Scarefest. Yep,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
because my name was on that. My name
yeah.
is on that now.
And
He, I,
and
yes,
yeah, and they were going to find Harry Manfredini,
yeah.
but I called a buddy of mine who, well, I know Harry, but I called a buddy of mine and said, hey, this guy wants everybody involved with Friday the 13th because my buddy knows everyone from every Friday the 13th movie, and so I'm like, yeah, here. And so I came back up to the guy and I said, okay, this is the guy you need to talk to right here. I'm sending you his information. So
wow.
and yeah, so I helped him get those names, the rest of the names. I
Well,
mean,
there was two other actors from Friday the 13th Part 6 there. I cannot remember one of a female and one was a male. I cannot remember their names to save my soul. But anyway, we was all four there, and I put on the mask. I put on both my masks. I lifted the canoe up over my head,
yes,
and which I'm like a foot and a half taller than all of them. and they stood underneath it while people took pictures of me holding up that canoe with the mask on. That
That's
is the coolest shot. I'll have to send you that picture. I will send you that picture.
so. I think uh, us two. I mean, I'm not speaking for Craig here. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm speaking for myself. Yes, Halloween night. That's a staple. You have to watch Halloween on Halloween night.
You have to watch Halloween on Halloween night. I mean,
Yeah.
and we watch as many of them as we possibly can. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Halloween. Come on, it's
I
just
mean,
Michael
the
Myers is
the fun thing is to watch the entire Halloween, you know,
absolutely franchise.
franchise
Yeah, yeah,
on
that's
Halloween. You know, I mean,
yes.
to do, yeah,
And I love all the old crazy. I love Hocus Pocus. I mean, I love all the stuff like that. I do, but you can't watch. You got to pick and choose. So if you're picking and choosing on Halloween, you better
hmm
be watching freaking Halloween because
yeah,
that's, come on
yeah,
now.
yeah. Well,
Absolutely, absolutely.
when I was living in Cincinnati, um, I was living in. It was like a filmmakers commune. Basically, it was one building and it had 4 or 5 floors to it, and there were filmmakers, writers, directors, actors, whatever, and the whole thing. And I was like on the second floor. And Halloween night, I would whip up some caramel corn. I'd play Halloween, leave my door open, and people come and go, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it was such a great experience,
Yeah.
But so, what's another film that you like to watch on Halloween? So we already got Halloween.
Well, yeah, well, I watch some of the paranormal stuff. I watch just yeah. I like watching
Paranormal
the paranormal.
Activity.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be scared. I mean, I do. I want to get like nervous.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
to get that
yeah.
feeling inside me. So it's good to sit back in the dark and watch these shows and stuff like that. So I love. There's so many different like I don't know zombie movies. I love zombie
Oh
movies.
yeah, Night of the
A
Living
lot of
Dead.
people, Night of the Living Dead. And
Dawn of
that's
the
what I'm
Dead.
saying. Go
Day of
back
the
to the
Dead.
originals.
Yeah. Yes.
Go back, the Wolfman,
Oh yeah.
Dracula and stuff like that. I've got all that on DVD. So I
Yeah.
love all of that stuff.
Like some Halloweens, I'll watch Frankenstein, The Bride of
Yeah.
Frankenstein, The Son of Frankenstein. I mean, you got to put
Yes.
a lot of The Thing,
And
the original James
I'm
Stokes
yes.
1951 Thing. I will put
And
that on.
I'm big on werewolves too. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I've always loved like Silver Bullet and Howling. Oh my God, Howling was
Oh my God.
and then to get to work with the guys that worked on Howling, that was great. Nick Benson, Mick Strawn, love those guys to no end. They, me and Mick, we still have lunch together every now and he lives not too far from me. So that's great. And it's just getting to know these icons that I grew up watching and to know them personally now
Yeah.
is like John Dugan. Oh my God. Who don't love John Dugan? He was the grandfather in all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, but
hmm
me and him he lives in Franklin, Tennessee. We get together, have lunch or dinner sometimes every now and then. We've been to several cons together. Great, great guy. Just personality wise, he's a little bitty short, crazy fucker, but he is the greatest. He is the greatest man. I mean, I just love him to death. And because he always tells me, he said, "You don't look like you've been in the gym in a while." I said, "Well, damn it, I'll get back in the gym then for you." But yeah, he's so funny. I love him to death. But yeah, getting to know these actors that I grew up watching now has
Right.
been one of the greatest feelings for me ever. And before we leave, I do want to tell y'all some things that I've got coming up too, so don't let me forget that.
Oh,
So
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. We'll
yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
We'll,
Sure.
yeah,
yeah,
For sure.
we'll definitely end on letting you,
Yeah.
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 let us know anything you got coming up, and
Okay,
that's
yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Sweet.
So, do you? I mean, obviously, Jason is a big deal with you, but is there another like franchise character that you really gravitate towards that you just love to watch? I know we already talked about Halloween, so probably Michael Myers, but
Um,
is there another one that you just absolutely love?
well, besides Jason and Michael, I kind of fell in love with the Ghostface kind of thing there for a while. I kind of like watching them. You know, they're getting ready to do Ghostface #7 now, so I mean, it's absolutely insane. So
Yeah.
that franchise in itself has just bloomed, and that right there is speaking for horror in itself, or slasher movies. Let's just go
Mhm.
with slasher movies. That right there speaks volumes. It's already on its seventh film. People are loving it so much they keep bringing it back. Well, that's like Art the Clown. That's like Terrifier. You know, Terrifier, they thought, oh my God, this is crazy. Well, Terrifier 2 came out. Oh my God, this is nuts. And that was crazy. I mean, he spilled more blood than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And then now Terrifier 3 can come out. It's just, and I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Terrifier 4, and I hope it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
would love
already
to
been
be a,
greenlit.
oh
It's
yeah, and
already been greenlit. Yeah.
I would love to be a part of it.
I can't
I've
believe it was
talked
that
to,
theater and saw that much blood in one movie.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of in shock.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how Damien bypassed the censors, but they did.
woo, big
I
time.
mean, unrated in the theater.
Yeah,
I mean,
unrated. I don't know how that works, but
yeah.
holy shit, hats off. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and that just speaks volumes for the horror genre. I mean, it
Mhm.
really does. I mean, and I'm hoping and praying at some point that Friday the 13th will get everything straightened out, and
God, I
there'll
was
be
Yeah.
another Jason.
Yeah. I mean, like what was it, a year ago? We thought Victor Miller. Yeah, we thought it was in Sean Cunningham. We thought it was done. It's like, oh, we're going
Yes,
to get Friday the 13th, and then no, it's not. Oh,
nope,
okay.
it's not over yet. So it's just weird, and it's hurtful because people are dying to see another Jason movie. I guarantee it. I've all that's the number one question that gets asked to me every time. Is there going to be another one? Is there going to be another one? I don't know. I mean, I don't. And I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not trying to keep anything from anybody. I don't know. I don't. And I hope there is. My goodness. But it's just, yeah, it's
we all
weird.
want it. We all
Oh
want
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love slashers and paranormal and all that stuff. When it comes to be Halloween time, for whatever reason, I always gravitate towards more monster oriented stuff. And I think for
Yes.
some reason in my head it's just like costumes and everything like that. So I think I always gravitate towards more monster oriented
Me
films. I
too.
watch Halloween every year. You got to watch Halloween. That's my all time
Yeah.
favorite horror movie of all
Yeah.
time. I absolutely love Michael
What
Myers.
kind of monster are you talking about?
Any and every monster. Preferably, my favorite kind of monster is a werewolf. Werewolves are my
Yeah.
all-time
Mine
favorite.
too.
So
Yes.
I will
Mine too.
throw, American Werewolf or Howling has got to go in
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Anything with like multiple Monster Squad is a big one for me on Halloween.
Monster Squad's awesome.
All encompassing. It's got every
Oh yeah,
aspect of like a
yeah.
good Halloween movie because you got kids, you got
Yes,
monsters, you
yes,
got all
yes,
this
yes.
crazy. It's kind of everything mixed up in there that
Yeah.
represents Halloween as a whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like three movies that I could think of right offhand that make for a great Halloween night is Halloween, American Werewolf in London, and John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, I
Right
love it.
there. That's
Yes.
a great
Yes.
Halloween night right there.
It is a great Halloween
And
night.
then some Halloweens I'll well, last year I watched on Halloween. I watched Halloween Ends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I talked to Nick Castle about this. I'm like, I really dig Halloween Ends. The vibe in
Yeah.
it, it's fucking
So good.
mean. It's a fucking mean movie, and I
It
don't
is.
know why everyone hates it so much. Because
it's different.
yeah, well, everyone kept saying, "Oh, give us something different." Well, then when David Gordon Green gives them something different, then they're like, "This sucks."
Oh
Yeah.
What do you want? You want
Toxic-
something different? Or
Toxic fandom is always
Yeah.
going to be a thing.
But yeah, that's a vicious movie. It
watched-
is.
It was a vicious movie. Yeah, there's no
I
doubt.
watched Halloween Kills last year on Halloween.
Yes, he watched Kills. I watched Ends, and the Halloween Kills has a high body count.
I love
figured that
Halloween
out.
Kills. Halloween
It's-
Kills
geez,
is
it's-
like, with Michael Myers being my favorite slasher and Halloween being like my favorite horror movie ever, there's something so gleeful about Halloween Kills because I love everything about the original Halloween. And it's so great in its simplicity, and it's not gory, and it's
Yeah.
quiet. contained little film, and
Mhm.
everything about it is
Sure.
perfect. And they brought that into the Halloween 2018 version, and I love that for that too.
I do too.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, there's always a part of me that just wanted to see Mikey fucking
Yeah.
unhinged.
Yeah,
And when they gave me Halloween Kills, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's just letting Michael go out and kill as many people as he possibly
As
can.
he possibly can.
And
Yep.
there's something
Yeah.
extremely satisfying about that too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, another movie that's really disturbing is like The Hills Have Eyes. You know, like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
That
only
is-
disturbing because of Michael Berryman.
Well, that's the original, yes, 100%.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
just
The
the
remake
newest one. But the thing of it is, there's people up in the hills and stuff that really look like that.
Yeah.
And really, I wouldn't say they act like that, but they look like that. And it's just scary, you know,
Yeah.
to think, get lost up in the hills of West Virginia or something, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
wrong turn.
Yeah, right? Hillbillies, that mutated fucking hillbilly, that
Yeah.
shit scares me.
Okay.
Like James
Absolutely.
was talking about how like haunting stuff scares him,
Yeah.
but like those hillbilly motherfuckers scare
Yeah.
me. Like I never want to
Exactly.
I never want to live through The Hills Have Eyes or Wrong Turn
Yeah.
or fucking Deliverance.
Yeah.
Like
Deliverance, yeah.
I don't ever have to go through that shit. That
Yeah.
terrifies me.
So,
Yeah.
and the fact that Werewolves is coming out in December, right?
December or January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
either end of the year, beginning
and
of the year.
then Wolfman is coming out.
Yep.
In
Yeah,
January.
Yeah, Wolfman. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
I mean, it's crazy. I'm happy to see two bigger release werewolf films.
yeah, that helps
I
us.
think people always think that, I don't know. I think on average people don't think about werewolf films very often because you don't see them that often. But if you actually go look, or like if you go on Tubi, for instance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there are so many werewolf movies being
There's
made
a
on
lot.
a basis.
Yes.
There's so many, and I don't ever want to disrespect or or down talk anybody's films, because anybody that goes out there and makes a film,
Yeah.
they're living they're putting
Yeah.
the work in, they're
Hats off
they're
to
doing their dream.
Yeah.
Hats off to them.
Absolutely.
However, at the same time,
Yeah.
I sit at home and I put myself through
Through hell.
some of these, and I'm like,
Well, yeah. I mean, some
Oh,
people
boy.
they try and they just miss hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, I've watched plenty of movies where it looks like kids grabbed their mom and dad's video camera and shot
Yeah.
a movie. And
Yeah.
it's like,
and then I
You
sit
know-
there, I'm like, where the hell did they get money?
yeah,
I need to know where they got the money, because I want to go do.
it was probably made on a shoestring budget of $10 and hot pockets.
Yeah. Hot pockets and cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so back to the show.
Sounds like my college. Hot pockets, cigarettes, what?
Hot pockets and cigarettes. Yeah.
Alcohol.
All right.
College all over again.
Oh, sweet.
Anyway, but yeah, so I think we covered we cover everybody's kind of favorite Halloween type movies. I think
Yeah,
we kind of covered
yeah.
all that. With you, James and Randy, like what is your favorite thing about Halloween?
Oh,
Is
wow.
it like dressing
Oh.
up? Is it going to do
Yeah.
trick
It's
treating, or what is
it's just
part about it?
well, it's like the whole genre has got their one day, you know, and it's just to me, and it's about seeing the kids dress up in their favorite costumes. It's about seeing, going to Halloween parties. Even adults, man, love it. They still, I got friends here in Nashville that are going to Halloween parties. They have been going to Halloween parties for like the last week, dressing up as their favorite characters or whatever. They've asked me to dress up as Jason. I said, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not bringing my suit to a Halloween party and getting somebody to rip it up or something like that. So no, I turned that stuff down. But it's just the whole Halloween theme it's great. Getting to decorate the yard or getting to decorate the house and seeing all the great, and you put your favorite things up, like the Headless Horseman, or like, the Michael Myers, the Jasons. I've got two big cardboard cutouts in my windows of Jason and Michael and all that stuff, and it's great. It's just wonderful. So that's what I love about Halloween. It's just about everybody getting together and Trick or treating, yeah, that's fun and all that stuff, but it's the whole makeup thing and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
great. Yeah,
and I would have to agree with that. But what I really love about Halloween is the it takes me back to my childhood, where I
sure.
had I had kind of a rough childhood, and really Halloween was like the one night that I looked forward to.
Yeah,
Like I mean, all kids look forward to Christmas. You get to open presents, but Christmas was Halloween to me. That I mean that was it.
Same.
sure.
And and you know trick or treating and just dressing up and becoming
Yeah,
some sort of crazy monster or whatever. And I
yeah,
would
something
always,
that you're not. Yeah,
yeah, I would always make myself up. I wouldn't, if I went out and bought a mask, I would be made up underneath it sometimes. So I'd pull the mask off and but it takes me back to that, to my childhood. Those, trick or treating with my cousins or my friends or whatever, and the
yeah,
camaraderie that we had, and because none of my friends are around now, so they're off in other states, and I moved away too and moved back, and the guy that I was friends with in high school, he's the only one here in town, and we've become really good friends now. He's
sure.
You'll meet him with he's going to be helping us produce Sanguine Exodus, and he's going to be in it because he's a good actor too, and Craig's going to act in it too, and I have a small part in it. So, but we're all gonna, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna
So,
be fun.
and
Yes,
and when I was 10 years old, that's when I started making movies and out on the farm that we have, because I found my dad's Super 8 camera, and I'm like, oh, what's this? 10 years old, and he's like, well, it's a movie camera. It's like, wait, I can make movies, really?
Yeah.
So we went up and bought, a film cartridge, put it in it, and he showed me film composition and everything, and here, have at it. So
the rest of history.
yeah, I made a feature length Friday the 13th fan film too.
That's awesome.
So yeah, nobody will ever see that. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was parts of it were really good, parts of it were really bad. But
Yeah,
we learn from everything we do.
that's right.
Made
Yeah.
I made a film in high school about a serial killer panda named Gary.
Named Gary. I love it. I love it. Where's this at? Can
Named
we
Gary.
watch this?
It's on a VHS tape. I might still have it somewhere buried.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
Maybe, but it was it was
You
so
know.
stupid. But it was like the after he had been caught, it was the interview with him.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where the hell we got this panda suit, but
Oh wow.
there's something inherently creepy about like the panda suit and him being this like merciless killer sitting there like just
That's
speaking.
crazy.
But
I
I think
mean,
that's
maybe.
what's so endearing and wholesome about Halloween. It's so encompassing. Not only is it just everything about Halloween, but it reminds us all about our love. Why we fell in love with
Right.
film,
Right.
or all that stuff. It was an unfair question for me to ask because like
Sure.
I don't think anybody has one specific favorite thing about Halloween. It's the whole.
It's the whole
It's
thing.
the whole fucking
It's
thing. It's
The whole
Oh,
thing. Yeah.
trick
oh,
or treating, the makeup.
I
It's all of
yeah, I can sum it up. It's the one day of the year where everyone around me is normal.
it. Yeah. Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to
Yeah.
explain that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Sweet. Well, and I want to talk about just un, films that are underrated. I just one film that you think is very underrated, James.
Mm.
I'll give you mine also, but I'll start
Hmm.
off then. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and this is not going to be a shock to Craig because we've talked about this a lot. Psycho Part Two. I
Ah,
love Psycho Part Two. It's better than
yeah.
Psycho, the original. Yeah,
Okay.
very underrated film. Quentin Tarantino even loves that film.
He does.
Yeah. So
True.
I'm in good company, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Ooh,
underrated films. It's
underrated
really
film.
hard to find one.
It
Yeah,
is.
and you know what? To be honest with you, I haven't even thought about that because the way I look at horror films, I don't look at any of them as being underrated. I mean, I watch them all for what they are. You know, I
Yeah.
do watch movies different now being an actor. I do critique a little bit, but at the same time, I'm viewing them as a consumer as well.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's it's just kind of like I think an underrated film. Um, well, I don't know if it was very underrated, but like Joker. Joker came out, you know, and I mean, it did okay in the box office and stuff, but now they're fixing to make Joker 2. But I heard a lot of negative things
Oh
about,
yeah. Yeah.
about it. And
I
it's
loved
like,
the movie. I thought it was great. Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah. It
yeah,
was.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah. It was
I
a
do wish they would. I do wish they wouldn't have named the first one Joker because he didn't become Joker until the very, very end of that. So I
right.
wish they would have named it something else and then had the second one the Joker. But
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
who's for me to say? But it's still phenomenal, phenomenal movie.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well,
I did hear a lot of negative things about that.
yeah. It too. But anyway, what about you, Craig? Underrated, not well liked
Yeah, I don't
film.
know. That's tough because
It is tough.
it makes me. I don't know about underrated as far as like it. I My brain goes to unseen more than underrated,
Yeah.
or guilty pleasure. Or,
Oh
but like
man.
there is one extremely independent, low budget film that I always tell people about because it is one of the best acted independent films I've ever seen. I don't know what the budget was on it, but it had to be nothing, like absolutely nothing. It had to be 10 grand or less, probably. There's this film called Midnight Sun, and it's a short little vampire film, but it's extremely character driven. And it was on Tubi for a little bit for a little while, and it still might be. I haven't looked at it lately. But I don't. It was just on a whim that I saw it when it came out, and it's probably a good 10 years old now, if not 10 to 15 years old. But it is honestly one of the best independent. Like it's the one of the greatest independent films I've ever
Wow.
seen. It should
Hmm.
be like I just want people to be like, you want to know what shoestring budget independent film, not even just horror in general, but just shoestring budget independent film should be. This is the film that you should
Midnight
try
Sun.
to.
To try to see.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's called Midnight Sun. It's a character driven vampire film, and that's the one that always comes to mind for me because
Cool.
nobody I know is like that. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody and they've been like, oh yeah, I love that movie.
I don't think I've seen it. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Now
See
you're
if
gonna have
it's
to watch it.
yeah. I'm gonna have to see if it's on Tubi. But
Yeah.
yeah, my guilty pleasures are. Let's see.
Predator 2.
I do like Predator 2.
Everybody
I do.
hates Predator 2. I don't know why everybody hates that movie.
So yeah, that's a guilty pleasure. Um, the John Frankenheimer horror movie, Prophecy, the monster movie. I
Yeah.
love that. 1979. Humanoids from the Deep. Love
Mhm.
it. And let's see what else. The Incredible Melting Man. Cheesy as fuck, but I love that movie. So it's probably Rick Baker. I mean,
Yeah. Right.
I always
Yeah.
love old TV movie Gargoyles.
yes, I love
Oh
that.
God, yeah,
I
yeah.
love
I love stuff
and,
like that.
and how can I forget? I watched it last night. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Oh,
The old Dark Knight of Scarecrow is a good one.
That is
Leprechaun. I thought Leprechaun was pretty good.
Leprechaun was a decent movie. It
Yeah,
was
decent. I
cheesy
mean,
as
I
fuck.
thought it was. It's cheesy as hell. Yeah,
Yes,
but that's
I love it. Yeah. Well, Jason X. A lot of people hate Jason X.
a lot of people hate Jason X. Yes.
But I'm like, this is cheesy good fun. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
absurd.
it's one of those movies that like I understand, and I was right along with him when it came out, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you putting Jason in space?
But
Yeah.
here's
After the fact, I love how ridiculous
Yes,
it is.
it is.
And the kills super fun.
yeah, and
Like
Mhm.
it's after the fact.
And-
It's endearing and I enjoy it.
and the
but
makeup-
I get why it was hated.
The makeup
at the time.
effects in it are top notch.
Yeah.
Oh, they're really good. Yeah,
It's-
I thought that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible film. I mean, it's visually. I mean,
Well,
but
same thing with Jason Goes to Hell. I didn't enjoy that because I was younger when it came out, but I was
Yeah.
like, what? I came here for a Jason movie. What the fuck is going on?
yeah,
You know,
Right.
but
Yeah.
into adulthood, I'm like, oh, like I get what they were trying to do something different for the same reason a lot of people hated Halloween Ends.
oh yeah,
You gave
yeah.
you something different, a different storyline,
yeah.
a different concept.
Yeah, we spent
You know?
what an hour letting Adam Marcus,
Yeah.
who directed it,
Yeah.
talk about it, and yeah, so that was a fun episode.
It was.
But,
It was.
yeah,
I
I bet.
that's the thing about since we don't have a lot of followers, we don't have a lot of views on our YouTube channel, but
Mhm.
look at the incredible people that we interview on this channel.
Oh God, I know.
Like,
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I think we broke a story. You think we broke that
I don't
story?
know. I
think
didn't see anything about it. Like I don't want to toot our own horn because I hate
Yeah.
doing that shit. But
I'll toot it. I'll
but
toot it all day
in
long.
in our interview with David Howard Thornton, because one thing, and we're gonna ask James the same question, so
Yeah.
be prepared. But
Yeah.
when we interview people, I always ask them if they have a dream project or a dream.
Oh
role,
yeah. Mhm.
if they were given the means to do whatever they want.
Mm.
And David
And
Howard Thornton.
Here's what David Howard Thornton said. Now,
Yeah.
place the video right there of what he said. But
he broke out in full on Joker.
yes, Yes.
Because he would love to play the Joker because it's his favorite
Wow.
villain, and
Yeah.
he broke out in full on Joker mode, and it mind blowing. Like I was floored sitting there next to him. I was like, holy shit!
yeah,
But I never heard anything about it. I knew that he had done a fan film
yes,
as
that.
Joker.
Those
It's-
masks behind you are absolutely amazing. I mean, they're just phenomenal.
yeah. And this guy right here, that's Moss Man. That's Moss Man.
That's an ugly looking dude.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
some Freddy fingers.
Oh yeah, I have
Is this one of those one of the replica hands?
that. That I don't know.
You know who's got the original glove for that?
Who?
Mark Patton
Oh,
from
Really?
from the
Friday.
episode from
Friday.
Friday Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Yeah.
I got to hold it, I got to put it on, and everything else when we was on set of Reunion from Hell.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was cool. But he had the original glove.
There was have you guys seen the documentary on Nightmare on Elm Street 2 that
Yes.
features him a lot? Yeah,
Yes,
that was
yes.
that was a pretty excellent documentary. That was real interesting.
Look at that. That's so cool. Wow.
You've got a pretty hand. I've got
Yeah, it's a high end.
a Mikey knife.
Ah,
Got a Mikey knife. You ain't got a Jason machete?
No. I do, just not here.
Be careful.
I
yeah.
had a Jason mask too. I moved a couple months back, and I still have an ungodly amount of shit just in storage and in boxes.
Right.
Anyway, so let's pop the big question to
Okay.
things. When we interview and talk to anybody that's in the
Mhm.
industry. Do you have a
Yes.
dream role or a dream project that if you were just given everything you needed, so money is not an option, you could work with whoever you wanted to,
Mhm.
keys to the kingdom type of situation, whatever
Yep.
you wanted, what would that be?
Marvel. I want to work for Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to be some kind of superhero, whatever. I don't care what it would be, whether it be a villain or whether it be a good guy, whatever. I would love to work for Marvel. I have worked, and I'm going to tell you, and I've worked my tail off in the gym to look like I do, and so I think that I have the body for it. I have the muscular stature for a superhero. It's just a
Yeah,
matter of getting the right people at the right place at the right time,
right.
and
Because you
and
definitely have the attitude for it. You
well,
do.
thank you, thank you.
You have. You have that.
I'm 6'2". I'm at the right height. I'm
Really, you're that short? I didn't think you were that short.
I'm that freaking short. I know. Hate it. I'm
I mean,
6'2". I weigh about 230. I weigh about 233 right now. So I've got some size on me. So I just think
230 of
that's
that is pure muscle.
it's about 12% body fat right now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that at 53.
Yeah,
yeah.
I work my tail off. I get in the gym even when I don't want to get in the gym.
Mhm.
I make myself get in the gym, and I try to eat right. I try to do the right things, and it's just hard. It's hard with a life and with running around and doing things and working and all that stuff. But I make it work, and I'm in the gym about 6 days a week.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
awesome that you're that dedicated. Well, God, James, I hope to God that someday that can come true for you because
Yes.
I would
it's
love for it to.
sounds like you work. You definitely deserve it. I
Yep.
love Marvel. I'm a huge to other than horror, the horror genre of film, literature, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, everything spooky. My other
Mm-hmm.
love is superheroes,
Yes.
and
And
specifically
my next
Marvel.
one would be to become a werewolf. That's what I would love to
Yes,
be. Yes. I
Sweet.
mean,
Yes.
literally, I think that would be the ultimate, or, to be in a werewolf movie of any sort, any kind, would be another goal of mine. I've never gotten to be in I never gotten to be in a werewolf movie, and so I just it's growing up around the Howling and Stephen King, The Bullet, and Silver Bullet, and all that stuff. It's just American Werewolf in London. God, so good.
Yeah.
It's just with Dee Wallace, watching her
Mhm.
getting to hopefully be in a movie with her one day, would be absolutely phenomenal. Watching her in
Yeah.
The Howling, watching her in Cujo,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
oh God, just those
phenomenal.
kind of movies just tear at me, and I want to be
Yeah.
in those so bad.
That's the thing, I just rewatched Cujo, and when I met Dee, that's the one thing I said to her. I love your roles in The Howling and E.T. and everything, but man,
E.T.,
Cujo.
yeah,
I'm like, Cujo, you should have won an Academy Award for your
one
performance in that.
100%.
And
She should have been the first one to win it. Well, Jamie Lee Curtis could have won it many times, but she should have won an Academy Award for
oh
that
God,
role.
yes, yes,
Yes.
and she told me that's her favorite role.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean that is just if if you've never seen Cujo, go watch it.
Oh God,
I mean,
Please go watch. If you've never seen Cujo, you're behind a tree. You're living underneath a tree.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
an iconic horror film
yeah.
there.
If not anything, just watch it for Dee Wallace's performance in it. Oh my God!
Absolutely. Yes, it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And
I
yeah,
give credit where credit's due, and I tell you, boy, she's phenomenal.
I
And
think
I can't wait to be able to actually one day to meet her and work with her.
well,
So
here's the thing. I'm going to do this for you right now, James. Let's put all of this positivity out into the universe. Like you
absolutely.
will work with Dee Wallace, I will work with Dee Wallace, James will, Craig will. Um, you, James, will get signed by Marvel to do a Marvel movie. It will happen. It will happen.
I appreciate that, and I'm
that's
all about positive energy, and it's just it's
Oh yeah.
great. It's just like coming on with you guys. It's I couldn't wait to get on here. It's just and then after I seen Kane Hodder on there, I said, "Damn it, I got to get on."
Yeah.
Oh,
I get this
damn it!
text like, "Hey, you have my buddy Kane on.
No, I know. I thought, see Kane.
Can,
Hey,
can
I'm ready
we
to get on.
can we move this along?" And
Yeah.
it's how about tomorrow? Okay, yes. So
Yes.
oh,
Let's do
well.
it.
it was
I
fun.
know that you and Randy know each other, but me specifically, I'm grateful for you joining and getting on here. For you to even
Dude,
be excited to come talk to us I'm still
This is the
getting
thing.
people even wanting to give a shit about any of this, and for people to
No,
just
this is the thing. This is the
yeah,
thing, Craig. Anytime that guys like you can give guys like me the platform to come on and to talk about our movies, to talk about our platform, to talk about anything, I respect that more than anything and more than you'll ever know. So thank you guys for having it. I don't care if you have 10 followers or if you have 10 million followers. It doesn't matter to me. That ain't got nothing to do with anything. You're allowing me to come on and represent myself with all the movies that I've done and with all the love and respect that I have for this industry and for you guys. And it's just thank you so much for allowing me to do this.
no, absolutely. Thank you, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
The
Yes.
whole this idea had been gestating with me for years and years and years, and all I had was a catchy name to start out with, and I just wanted to share not only my love with the genre, but I wanted to bring a platform for other people to share their love for the genre, and also to
Sure.
get maybe some stuff out there that they may have not have seen. Like we do the To Be Quick reviews, and sometimes there's stuff that people may know, and sometimes they're not. But the idea is just to get it out there to more people to
Right.
share the love of the genre, and that was the whole
Right.
idea. You know, we're just a little over a year into this now,
Yeah, we are.
and it's gone above and beyond. This could be my last episode, and I would die happy.
Yeah.
Getting
Well,
to
thank
talk
you
to
so
people like
much.
yourself, the things we've got to do, the people we've got to interview, the fun that
Yeah.
we've had just doing
Yeah.
all this. I mean, Randy and I've known quasi known Randy since 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
I heard he was trying to get a werewolf movie made, and my ears perked because
Yeah.
I'm a huge werewolf fan, and I was at that stage in my life where I was thinking maybe I wanted to go back out there and try to do film because that was my original love. I went to college for theater, and I wanted to make movies, and I thought I'll get out there and I'll act, and then I'll move into directing, so, but wife, kids, life happened. So, but I thought about maybe I wanted to dive back into it. So I reached out to Randy when he was trying to gear up to get the werewolf film made, and we just kind of kept in contact
Mm-hmm.
ever since then.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of coincidences, which
Yeah.
I don't believe in coincidences. I feel like everything happens for a reason.
For a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it was no coincidence that James, we worked on a film in March together.
Yep.
Um, meeting Craig back in 2014, well, on Facebook, in 2012 or 2014, 15, somewhere around in there.
Yeah.
And then we fell out of touch until I posted something about typo negative.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, we love the same band. We love horror movies, especially werewolf movies. Okay. And then when I moved back here, he found out I was living in Iowa now, and he's like, "What?" So
That's awesome.
and his wife actually went to school with one of my brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And she never made the connection with the last name. It's like, oh, wow.
Nice.
It's been a wild ride, and
Yeah.
it may not technically amount to much of anything, but it's so much fun.
Well, just the fact that we have a podcast that's named Corn on the Macabre. When we reached out to Nightmare Weekend in Des Moines, saying, "Hey, we have a podcast. Can we get press passes?" The guy told me up there when we had to check in and everything. He's like, "Yeah, we gave you this just based on your name. Here you go, press passes."
That's
So
awesome.
it's like, well, okay, here we go. So
That's awesome.
The podcast itself opened that door, and we met, so many actors and actresses that we grew up with, and met them, got to know them, because we could go into the green room and interview them. We could, we could, and
well, it's kind of like it's like, I don't know how to make it say it without sounding kind of weird, but it's almost like I was slowly collecting and like making a family a
Yes, yes,
horror,
Sure,
yes,
you know,
sure,
yes.
just the horror genre of people that love it, that work in it, and I'm not doing it to get famous or to get
No, not at
contacts
all.
or
Not at all.
just to say, well, I have so and so's name in my phone, or oh, well, I interviewed this person. I don't
right.
really give a shit about any of that. I mean, it's exciting for me from a personal standpoint because
Hmm.
there's a lot of people that I grew up with that shaped my childhood and who I am
Sure,
as an adult now and that type of stuff. But there's just something so inherently loving and family driven about the genre itself that
Yeah,
yeah,
doing podcasts with everybody and getting a chance to meet James or meet Randy and hopefully getting to work together in the future and things like that. There's just
sure,
it's another level that I think everybody in life should be able to experience because you know a lot of people maybe don't have those connections with just friend to friend or family to family or anything like that. And
yeah,
the horror genre is just a breeding ground for
absolutely. Yeah.
that type of thing. And
I need to
it's
get some cons out west, out where like where y'all are and stuff like that.
yeah. I
I'm
know.
mainly on the East Coast. I know I need to get some contacts out there
Yeah, I know. We
to.
talked about this. You were trying to get into the
Mhm.
Des Moines
I
con.
was
Yeah,
absolutely. I would
I
love
wish, I
to come
wish,
up to.
I wish you had. So, but we have that connection now. So next year we're gonna be there.
Absolutely,
We're gonna
absolutely.
be
Please, yes,
there.
I
And
would love to come out there.
yes, all
all
right.
right. Well, I think we've taken up enough of James' time.
Okay.
Woo!
Before we go, I want to give James a chance to plug
Yes.
any
Plug,
upcoming stuff that he
plug
can talk
everything,
about,
Yes,
anything.
and then also not only talk about any new upcoming stuff, but maybe pick out something from previous in your career that maybe
hmm
not a lot of people know about. They know about the Jason stuff, but maybe there's something else that you just really has a special place in your heart that you want to tell our listeners and or viewers to maybe go check this out because this is something that I've
Well,
really
I would like for people to go check out my IMDb page because there is a lot of short films that I've done that have a lot of meaning to me as well. They some of them send a message. They're not all horror films, of course, but a lot of them's got some pretty special meanings and messages in them. So I'd like to people to go to the IMDb page and check James Stokes out there. Um, I do have, like I was telling you earlier, I do have Forest Through the Trees coming out in January. We're having the premiere for it in January. And then right after that, not too long, it'll probably be out somewhere. I don't know where yet, but that's a big, big movie for me. I'm one of the leads in it, and it is horror, but at the same time, there's a lot of suspense and a lot of emotions that come through. It's one of the
Good.
most emotional movies that I've ever done before.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm looking forward to that. And then on another special note, I get to use my platform like I told you on different uh, sets and stuff around Nashville here. Well, I'm getting on December the 7th. I'll be at uh, the. Let me think about it for a second. I forgot what I was. Uh, oh my goodness! I'm going to be downtown Nashville, and we're going to be raising money for kids that were affected by the Hurricane Helene that went through East Tennessee and North Carolina. And I have graciously been asked to come and to help with that. And that right there means a lot to me that people they see my platform, they watch my Instagram page. Everything that I put on my Instagram page is inspirational. I'm trying to help people, to make better of themselves in some way. It doesn't have to be in work. It could be in the gym. It could be in whatever. I just want people to know that they are worth what what they think they're worth. And that's the thing. You got to know in your heart that you're worth it to be able to continue to go on because there's a lot of bad people in this world that want to tear you down on
Yep.
every time that you raise a leg on that rung of the ladder, they want to knock you back down. And I just want people to understand that just to keep trying because it's going to come for you. It's just you just got to find the right niche and the right place for your heart to be. And then on later in December, I'm doing another thing for a Christmas for the kids with some more celebrities. big name celebrities that I'm going to be with. Can't speak on that right now. They don't want it out, but that's something else. I just got a script yesterday that I'm working on out of LA. And so that's another thing that I got. And I can't say a whole lot about it because everybody hasn't signed on the dotted line yet. So I can't say anything until they give me the okay to say about it. But I do have some good things coming up. And I'm going to be at some more signings throughout the year. Just people watch for that on my Instagram page or my Facebook page or imdb.com, wherever. But I appreciate you guys again. Randy, I love you so much. I really do. Craig, it was so great to meet you.
Absolutely.
But
You as
thank
well,
you
man.
guys for what you do and for believing in some little part of me that loves this role that I'm in to be in front of the camera and to bring to life a character that y'all entrust in me to bring the part of. And it just it means a lot to me, and I'll never forget it, and I'll never take it for granted. And I really do appreciate that.
Well, James,
Absolutely.
it's been fun. Um, I just want to say you're one of the kindest, caring, most compassionate, and passionate people that I know in the industry. And
Thanks.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. Craig, it
All
was
right.
so great to meet you guys.
Yes, you as well, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you. Thank
Randy,
you.
I'll be talking to you
For sure.
somewhere
Yeah.
down the road. Sounds good, guys. All right. Well, y'all have a great night, and we'll talk
All
to y'all
right.
soon.
You too. Happy
All right.
Halloween.
Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween, guys.
All right. Love you, brother.
Take care.
Love you too, man.
All right.
All
That
right.
was James Stokes.
Yes.
Happy Halloween to all our viewers and listeners. I did wear my Mikey shirt, but I guess you couldn't really see it. But I do have
I have my
surrounded by
Macabre.
Mikey because I love Mikey.
I've,
Wait a minute. This way.
I've
This
got
way.
my, I've got my corn on the Macabre.
It's Conan the
Yes.
Macabre.
So,
But yes, eat
it-
all the candy.
yes.
Watch all the scary movies.
And if you are a huge fan of James Stokes, okay, he's messaging me right now. Tell the fans to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, yes, that's right. Like, share, subscribe, please.
Yes.
Share with friends, family,
Yes.
anybody else out there. Go check us out. We are also on Spotify. We are available we have a presence on all social platforms, so go check that out.
Yeah, we're like herpes.
We're the gift that
Keeps on
giving.
giving.
We're what happens when you don't wear a condom. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I guess so. Yeah.
Check your candy for weapons.
Check your candy for condoms. What? Is that what you said? Check your candy for condoms?
No, for weapons.
Oh.
Well, fuck it. Check them for condoms, too. You never know.
Oh, my God.
Go throw in a piece
All
of
right.
gum, and it might be a rubber.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Wait.
Anyway, be safe out there on
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yes.
But remember to have fun. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
And we love each and every one of you.
Absolutely. See you next time. Happy Halloween.